finish up this ice cream real quick. Got that what is it? Tillamook? They came out with the apple crisp ice cream, bruh. Can't help me nothing.
Dang. Pat's already in.
Damn, Pat, that was fast.
Alright, well, we've just been live for 4 hours, man, so we're getting ready to get off.
We'll talk to y'all later. I found out my wife's probably the fishing barometer for me.
Oh.
She has reactive respiratory issues. So, like, when inclement weather comes in, like rain and pressure change, she gets lung issues. So if she stays home sick, I've come to the conclusion she comes home sick, or she stays home sick when we wake up, it's most likely going to be post-frontal. I don't need to go out.
Damn.
That's what I thought, Pat. But for this whole summer, every time she's been home sick and I've tried to go out fish, it's hit or miss. The fish are always in a shitty mood. How was your weekend, T? How was that hot ass fishing trip with me, Mike?
I mean, it could have been better, but I don't really know much about where we went, so I was kind of just winging it, which is what I normally do anyways. So, he did well, and I got out the house. So
There you go. That's 10 out of 10.
I'm not complaining. I could, but it doesn't change anything. Or does it?
Missy came in with a 96. Holy moly. 96 is the opposite of a 69. So it's a great number.
Dang.
Thank you so much, Missy.
Be like that.
Alright, we're live on the YouTube, so I think I got that up and running. I'm done with my ice cream.
Well, I'm gonna go get some ice cream. I'll be right back.
Alright, make sure you get the Tillamook apple crisps. Really good.
Hell no.
Oh, man.
Store brand. It's expiring tomorrow, so we're just giving it away.
Oh, man. You about to have some weird stomach issues.
That's just Tuesday. You know what I mean?
That's just Tuesday.
Dang.
Hey, Breezy Breeze, you want to come sit with the stream? The podcast? No? Okay.
Be like that.
Dog don't want nothing to do with that. Make sure I got the mixer up and updated. I don't. There we go. Cool. I think you're good.
Testing.
Yep, you're good.
Hell yeah.
I got so many meetings tomorrow. It's not even funny.
Cancel them.
Or I cannot.
How else are you gonna watch day one coverage of wherever they're at? St. Clair tomorrow? Maybe.
Yeah, there's somewhere up north.
Drop shots and jerk baits.
Was it Chris Johnston just won the Open or MLF Invitational one, so I'm pretty sure he'll be up there throwing drop shots and minnow strobing.
Just like me, for real.
I could not get a dang minnow bite. Oh, well, I did. I actually dumped probably a 4 or 5 pounder right at the boat, but that minnow bite was not minnow biting. They did not want nothing that I was throwing for the most part.
You're stingy out here, man. It's a problem.
It is. I did figure out where they're hanging out for the summer. That's the best part about it. I just got to figure out what time and day they like.
All the kids are at the movies.
Dude, those things sitting at 24 feet. Suspended in 12. Or suspended in about 10 right now.
Dang. Thermocline.
Oh yeah, thermocline's at 12. They ain't going no deeper. Unless they trying to asphyxiate.
I mean, some of them might be into that.
That's what I'd be thinking. Catfish be down for that stuff.
That's why I don't trust them. One of the reasons.
That's just one of them?
It's a long list.
Yeah, the thermocline inhabitors.
Nah, I don't trust that shit.
Can't trust a fish with whiskers.
The right place.
I always believed catfish to be like probably the most trustworthy of the fish, but now that you said that, I gotta rethink that.
That's exactly their fucking plan, man. They're plotting on us, and I'm not a fan of it. Because I mean, think about it. Like, what happens when somebody pretends to be somebody they're not on the internet? What do they call that?
They call that a catfish.
Okay. See?
So that's more of a modern term. The catfish has been the catfish for forever.
It took us a while to get used to their ways.
I mean, I think the modern terminology for catfish is more so like if you're a bass fisherman and you set the hook, you were like, oh yeah, I got a good one. I'm about to bring up my PB, and then you find out it's a catfish. I don't think that has anything to trust issues. Maybe just your aspirations and thoughts. Like that's not what it was. I still think it's a trustworthy animal.
No, because if you ask somebody who doesn't target catfish what their PB catfish was caught on and during, it was not while they were going for catfish.
True. My PB flathead was definitely on a drop shot, and that thing was probably like 7 pounds.
Oh yeah, it's like pulling a car hood up from the bottom, horizontal.
Yeah. I was in Dad live stream earlier, and it's funny enough. My man was sitting there watching snapping turtles and their mating rituals. He thought they were fighting. I said, "Dude, 4 years ago I thought the same thing. That is mating."
Pretty much.
Catfish on a crankbait. Oof. When you think you got your PB.
They be hitting some when catfish hit crankbaits though, thankfully enough, they smack the piss out of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
they hit them
fair game,
with reckless abandonment.
I mean, we're talking like absolute full discrimination against that crankbait's existence.
I can't imagine how. I guess, yeah, I mean, it is scary out there. It'll be murky. You just be swimming along and something, dude, just sock you right across your face. Like, damn, I'm gone. That's a catfish.
Oh, yeah. All the people are the folks here. We're getting a little late start, but that's all right.
That was on me. I was eating ice cream. Wasn't paying attention.
It's by my fault we can't even go live because my life is a complete shambles. But that's all right because super glue exists, so we'll piece that shit back together.
Because super glue exists.
That's right. Always got to shout out to Tron though.
No, you don't. You don't have to. You can definitely let StarTron somewhere else.
I don't have to, but I might.
That blue potion, that blue potion can stay unequipped.
Well, apparently it kills your spark plug, so I get to change those out this week, and I'm very excited.
There you go.
So that'll be fun. Hopefully, the motor will be ready to get use. So I'm looking forward to getting back out on the yacht. So that's the thing. How many tournaments you got coming up?
Ooh, I don't know. I think I'm at most 3, maybe. Finishing up. So this weekend, I'm not even sure if Travel Buddy is even in the area. He's supposed to be heading this way. So if he's here, I'm not doing a tournament. And then I think the 23rd is a tournament. And then probably 1 or 2 more in the next couple of months. But yeah, this is a slowdown for me. Yep.
Does that mean there's a wind back up for the fall?
No, I'm probably going to just let it mellow out. More fun fishing, less tournaments. Yep, that's probably going to be the move. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I can't call it yet. What about you? Once you get this spark plugs up, where you plan on running around in the boat?
Intercoastal waterway.
Ooh.
No. Well, I mean, that's halfway a joke, halfway not. But we gotta get the now that summer, well, it's still technically summer, but once you get to like Labor Day, tourists are pretty much out of the area. A lot of people going back to school. Our folks don't go back to school until like the last week of this month. So once like tourists are out, then that opens up more bodies of water, because I don't touch some of like the river stuff, because it's jet skis, wake boats. It's just a problem. Definitely not doing on the kayak. So it has to be a boat adventure.
Makes sense.
By the time that winds down, that opens up a lot of those bodies of water, which is always exciting because it's scary. So I mean, that always adds to the adventure. You're not in people's backyards, which is always interesting for me. I was thinking about, and I still gotta hash it out. It's not 100%, but there are routine like Saturday tournaments at one of like the river areas, and usually, basically, it'd just be donating some money. But I was thinking maybe I could just walk in ignorant as hell, which is usually what I do anyways, and might be able to get lucky. So I might try to get at least one competition based event, to humble myself.
Have you ever done tournaments? Have you ever done tournaments in your boat?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, when back in like, well, I guess it was like 2002, 2003, we had like a like horsepower restricted John style boat club called Bass Johns that came together, and I knew and I had communicated with the founding whatever person that you can call it. And so we did those. We did like 2 or 3 of those the first year. Did like 4 or 5 of those the second year. Saw a lot of like ignorance and antics that come along with the competition and money involved, and it just kind of turned it off because it just, you're trying to have fun and you got like grown men trying to like fight each other at the boat ramp, and it's just not
the scrap. It's weights in those fish.
So I wish that was the biggest issue we had to worry about, but no, one of those type of deals. So I mean, we've done it. It's fun. I mean, it's stressful, but it's fun.
Nice.
Just kind of, it's supposed to be like it's more like a get together kind of thing. I mean, there's the competition aspect, but at the end of the day, like if you walk away, learning something or whatever, then I mean, that's better to me than all the other stuff. But I mean, some people take it really serious, and that's fine, but I take too much medication for that, so we'll just figure it out eventually.
Yeah. I was talking to Hank, my teammate that was for the Kayak Adventure series, and all his years of wisdom of fishing, and he I mean, his was similar. He was like, he always runs into the people who have, earlier in his career, he found that he was always around the people who were so serious about it that it was like they'll pretty much beat themselves up when they didn't win and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then later now he's more surrounded by people who enjoy it and are having fun, and I guess enjoying the process. The winning is not even the biggest part of it, more so just learning and then the camaraderie.
Oh,
Yeah, yes, Missy. People really do get in fights for fishing tournaments, especially when there's money on the line. I think humans and money will bring out certain individuals. I don't think it matters what the activity is.
I mean, you got a bunch of dudes. I mean, there's normally a bunch of dudes that probably have jobs they don't like, and spouses they may not get along with, right? So they're going to go out that weekend and they're going to take out their frustration on the local wildlife, game wardens, and other competitors, and it just becomes this big like projection based like, this is my chance to like let the world know my shit don't stink. The problem is, it still stank. So it's like you got to have a realistic kind of understanding of what you're doing. And yeah, so I mean, money's, brings out, oh man, deception and dishonesty and stuff, right? So it's, but it's optional, it's voluntary, right? So
Yeah.
you just don't engage if you're not about it, or conceal carry if you are. It's just one of those deals.
Oh my.
You never know. You'll have to get ready if you stay ready.
If you stay ready. If you stay ready. Damn.
All right, folks. So we'll see who's here, who's not here. What do we think? Is this thing that we do? Is it a luck-based endeavor? It's a debate, of course. But what do we feel? How do we feel that the luck component plays day to day? Either competitive, just something to do, out with your friends, by yourself, trying to kill some time. What's the luck factor when it comes to this whole process?
I think it always depends on the person and how much investment they have into the activity of fishing. In my opinion, it's because when you're fishing next to somebody with no graph at a new body of water, they're most likely going to go to their comforts and fish. Then if you have somebody like myself who just strictly on electronics or looking around for fish, I think you change that luck ratio. I don't know. I always think it's per person and how they utilize the information of it, because you know what, F it. I say it's 80-20. I just say it's 80-20. 80 on the person, 20 on luck. It's there because there's always that chance of that big girl swimming around and then your bait falls in front of her. I can't deny that will happen at least 4 or 5 plus times in your lifetime. That has to happen. Everybody on the water will have that situation, but there is times where you can just really figure out a fishery based off of pattern and season. And I mean, it can be dialed in. You don't even have to be on the water. You can just figure it out, get on the water, and then it's happening.
It's interesting. It's an interesting ratio. The reason I bring that up is, like most complexities in life, I consulted with Chat GPT on the topic.
That's a good additive.
It came in. I mean, and obviously it's an aggregate. It pulls in information from multiple sources. It just does it relatively quickly. And I believe, or at least the time that I looked it up, that it also kind of basically agreed that it's like an 80% preparation, knowledge, the individual factors, with approximately 20 or so percent of just essentially chance, right? So we can almost call the word luck interchangeable with the word chance, implying right time, right place, by circumstance. It's not like, you just happen to be there and you bring all of your preparation and knowledge and your equipment and all the confidence, whatever you want to call it. So according to the masterminds at whoever's running that whole machine,
It's probably killed all of its creators by now.
If we're lucky.
Oh, man.
And I think Pat's got a good point. The ability to burn and turn them to you get your limit. So okay, so that brings up another point too. Like, what would separate or what separates like your everyday kind of weekend get out and just try to have fun or maybe compete kind of folks, which we could maybe call us a part of that crowd, versus like what we would refer to as a professional. And I mean, there's some obvious differences, but like the point being is like those dudes that are on the tour. So like the dudes that are going to start day one tomorrow, they've been on the water in the past like couple days, probably more than I have in the past like 3 months combined.
12-hour days for 4 days.
Just turning electronics all around, saving stuff, calling Scott Martin's contacts, trying to get some information, going through some baits, doing the social media brand rejuvenation process, trying to do all the hype stuff. I mean, it's like, that becomes like you almost would like not you wouldn't make them mad, but I feel like if you went to like a rigid kind of touring professional of any level and implied that there's some component called luck, they'd probably punch you to some extent.
It seems like a more discrediting point of the other side of like that 80% of skill and preparation and timing. They'll probably say, but then like I said, to some people a cell phone could look like a magical calling device. It all depends on the person and how they perceive the scenario, the event, or in our case the actual fishing.
So, and where this stems from is this idea, like if you're out on the water anywhere, for the most part near the public, and somebody's walking near you, past you, or otherwise in your vicinity, the small talk question is, having any luck today? Having any luck? And I don't know about you, man, but like there's a point where I almost feel like it's condescending. And
you can't be taking that personal.
Oh, I do.
Oh, man, T.
I say, like, you're going to be lucky if you make it back to your car. And then, okay, now I got people following me. So anyways, the point being is, I mean, does that, the perception from the outside, the common folk, we can say that.
I think we can say that.
Like they don't get it. Right?
Oh man, I don't know. I think Gerald Swindle put it nicely last year. He made a post about the bank angler and the person always at the dock fishing. They can go out there day in and day out, probably not catch a fish, but one time in a week they just load up and catch like 10 fish, right? But they always have that hope in their heart that the time they go out or the next time they go out, they're going to catch a fish until it happens. Same thing for the guy on the boat. Same thing for the guy on the bank. Same thing for the guy and gal in the kayak. That little piece of hope keeps that like thought process and want to go. But the same could be said for lottery tickets. The same could be said for all types of gambling and everything like that, with probability and chance, like you were saying. And yeah, I guess it goes with the idea that they will get lucky eventually if they keep at it. But I don't think that's optimal. in my personal opinion, there has to be, and this goes with my analytical thought process, there has to be a reason why, and there has to be a probability of when. And then if I can get the why and the probability of when, I can then create a chance that I have higher, I guess in this case, luck or probability on my side of the table than just going through the motions and casting in a spot.
So, kind of like a parallel process, right? You could take somebody that's never seen a basketball or a basketball hoop, goal, whatever you want to call it, before, and say, all right, I'm going to teach you how to shoot a free throw. Like, you're staying in front of it. We're going to back you up, and you're going to take this and you're going to throw it, and you want it to go through that hoop. Probably, unless there's some type of physical thing going on, standard, just anybody, somebody between the ages of 10 and 70, whatever, probably could achieve that.
Yep.
Within like 10 minutes at the most. So it's like, all right, cool. Well, I don't consider that luck. You know what I mean? Like, they had to sit down and say, all right, what are we doing? How are we doing it? Boom. Done. And now you're talking about, I think as soon as you add in another living thing, so the fish.
Yep.
It's, the hoop hopefully isn't moving.
American Gladiator style. Oh, was it American Gladiator? Was it
American?
No, American Gladiator didn't have the basketball. They had to wrestle to get the thing into the hoop, but they were getting chased and tackled.
Yeah, they were running and they were slamming it into the big ass container. There was a lot of concussions going on. Yep. So yeah, I mean that's different, because if you take somebody that's never even thought about doing that, you're like, yeah, we got a bunch of dudes on steroids in unitards that are going to try to take you out. Like,
on national television.
Yes, it's going to be televised. There's an audience. Your family will see this. That's a much different scenario, right? There's a lot on the line. It's entertainment at heart, but there's just so many other factors. So as soon as you start, the more things that have pulses that you start adding to the equation, I think not necessarily the luck or chance factor becomes real. It's more so like, I mean, this is standard predator prey stuff. Like, you're trying to be one step ahead.
Yep.
Have the higher ground, have the advantage, kind of, know what's going on. And I think that in itself, at heart, is where a lot of the debate with like live sonar comes in, because they're basically saying like, okay, now you have an advantage, but it's almost as if it's an unfair advantage. And it starts turning into like this almost like philosophical, like, oh, well, I have to go out and struggle and hope that I can be anywhere near a fish. But you're out here just going out and just looking for them, and then that's people now it's offensive.
Yep, right? Scope versus the hoper, versus the hoper.
It's a problem. So you see like this question on the surface, it's not that complex. We have a pretty good understanding, or at least the folks that do this frequently have a pretty good understanding of where this balance is. But especially as you start adding in how visible the sport is, with social media, the pandemic surge of people, getting into it, and like the kayak explosion and all the technology explosion, like it almost discredits the idea of there being this thing of luck, because you're watching your favorite influencer or your favorite content creator. They're putting up a 10-minute clip from a 6-hour trip, and it's just catches and catches, and oh, this one fell off, but I'm catching them. You know what I mean? Like, it just has that mentality to where, like, luck doesn't seem like it really has a seat at the table, if that makes sense.
I see that. Yeah. But I think that's anything that requires, I don't know. I guess that's more modern influence and the way that fishing needs to be perceived for an audience to keep people engaged, in the sense of a Bassmaster or MLF style fishing. You're going to be watching somebody's back and hoping or waiting for them to catch something, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, that was cool. Whereas on YouTube, you can watch somebody never struggle. What they upload is normally probably one of the best fishing days that anybody could ever ask for. So it gives them that psychological surge of instant gratification. Kind of makes it unrealistic, but it definitely makes the luck seem more obtainable or easier to go to or get to. I mean, yeah. So definitely but I mean, you can say the same thing about, I'm gonna keep going back to gambling and all of that. Like, you can, my wife has recently been watching a lot of the slot machine influencers. I didn't know that was a thing. So like at casinos, they have influencers come and play these slot machines, and like kind of pretty much in like just show them off and try to get people there. And similar to hunting for a fish, the luck probably is not in your favor, especially because you have no control of a rigged machine that you're going to. But the idea of this person there using house money to play these games will give people that, oh, okay, maybe I can go there and be just as successful. And I guess the same way when you go to a gas station, they'll be like, yeah, $5,000 winner was here, $10,000 winner was here. Yeah, you want to come to this gas station. We will increase your chances in retrospect that that person was very lucky and probability was in their favor for the numbers they chose.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, another thing that I also overanalyze is like the role of like marketing. And what I mean by that is there's this subtle kind of the paradigm is if you're not using, so like, you know, we're on the heels of ICAST, right? And a lot of the advertising, and you see the ads either, you know, online or talking to the people, you know, at the tackle shops. The premise is like luck doesn't play as much of a factor if you got this, right? So this thing, this piece of equipment, this gear, this boat, this electronics, this line, essentially, like the more luck you can pull out of the equation with either a combination or a specific piece of gear, the idea is I can sell you on that. So this puts the chances in your favor versus a random number generator basically saying you might do well, you might suck. Essentially, because you have you have the missing piece, right? I mean, there's nothing preventing somebody from running out with a Zepco 33 and just rooster tailing it and just doing the damn thing. But you know, people that spend a lot of time and money and energy don't want to hear that. They don't want to see that because you know that's where, like, you know, you have the arrogant folks, you have the, you know, the boat ramp fights, right? It just turns into that process.
The boat ramp fights.
If you're telling me I'm getting lucky, you're basically telling me I'm not good at what I do, which means now we got to fight.
We got to fight. And that makes sense.
We're throwing down. So I think, like, you know, there's a lot to be said about the business side, the marketing aspect when it comes to like, okay, we're going to put the power in your hands. So if you ever really want to play a game that you shouldn't, is like do this thing where watch an ad. Actually, so tomorrow there's going to be the Bassmaster Live coverage for the event. And if you watch the commercials that play ever so often, because it has to have commercials.
It has to.
Count how many times the narrator or the voiceover person that is doing the the ad, count how many times they say the term or something similar to this idea of game changer. It's a game changing technology with game changing innovation and all that. Like, it's just,
I sincerely
like, basically
hate
saying like what you're used to and what you've been getting good at or think you've been getting good at, the whole thing's different now. So if your ass doesn't switch over and start using StarTron, your ass is going to be left in the dust trying to figure out what happened to you.
Fixing
and
spark plugs.
It's not even just a FOMO kind of thing. You can get them 4-packs. It's not even that kind of thing. Like, it goes above. It's the next level of FOMO. It's not about just like fear of missing out. It's the fear of having to rely on luck. So if you don't want to play the gambling game, your ass better. You know what I mean? It carries such a strong level of it attacks people personally. Like, it hits the ego, man. It's not just about having the lure. It's about not being like left in the dust. And now you wish you would have caught up because all the cool people are doing their shit. If you ain't throwing this, you know, you might as well be throwing rooster tails in a damn stormwater pond because that's really all. You know what I mean? It just turns into this.
Yeah, it turns into a internal battle of what I'm being fed market wise, and then what do I personally have. And no, D-Money, we do not need a StarTron sponsorship, and that will not be ASAP. That is not what we need.
If I can get my motor to start, I might send them a request packet. But right now, we're having some trouble.
Oh my lord. Yeah, StarTron will not be in there. But yeah, I definitely understand that struggle because, and so, this hit on a personal level with this season. There were two anglers.
Elvis.
No, stop bringing up Elvis. That man. He'll be out this weekend trying to secure our 360. But they felt that was the reason that they weren't in the game fishing wise, and I did not like that thought process in the sense that, yeah, somebody's using the technology and yeah, they're good at using it and they're winning, but that shouldn't translate to a one-to-one that the technology is the reason that the luck factor or the chance factor has changed not in your favor. And that's really hard to tell somebody who's been marketing it and being fed that idea, plus with the surrounding media and influence of it and not having it and the ongoing debate. Because I can tell you, looking through forward-facing sonar, you can see the fish, but it's going to really, 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 really take you skillfully to be able to get that fish to bite if it's not in the mood to bite. And I didn't even know about moods to bite until forward-facing sonar of how a fish moves at my bait because I never saw it. So the thought process of that, I would say, more so required me to adapt to the technology and learn it. Whereas the thought process was, ignorantly, I don't know anything about the technology. I don't care about the technology, air quote. But I know I don't want to be a part of a club that uses it or a club that allows it, rather than I'll go to the club that doesn't. And the idea that this technology took away their luck also influenced them to say, yeah, I don't want to fish that trail. Mind you, they're not doing good in the non-scoping trail. Like they're still bottom of the barrel trying to figure it out. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is the thought process that went into that to make that assumption, but still not perform. Because if that's what you wanted and you thought, the performance you would think would go up, or you would evolve or change your strategy or how you fish, but that hasn't changed. So the fact, when I was talking 80-20, they definitely had the idea that, 80-20, but they didn't want to put in the work. So now it kind of turned into like a 50-50. And I didn't really like the hot take on that statement. And I really wish I would have sat there and engaged the conversation, but I definitely dismissed it and said, man, I told him, I think you're looking too deep into live scope as a fishing cheat code than just actually learning the bodies of water and figuring out where you sit when you're fishing. Like, cause it's so much mental. If you're thinking about somebody looking at a damn screen, throwing a minnow at a fish and not worrying about your shaky head and you just leaving it down there or reeling it too fast, not letting it get to the bottom, you should be worried more so about that than the guy that's in the middle of the lake looking at his scope like it's not. It's a sad thing, but yeah, going back to where we're just trying to bring it back around, the thought process that the technology is going to change your luck is a pipe dream. You actually have to learn the technology because my grandma had the old Casio calculator, but I guarantee you, she wouldn't pick up a TI-84. When I had that, I had about 3 of them things strapped on the side of me, straight nerd out. But I guarantee you, anytime I gave her a TI-84, she was like, no, give me my other one. Like she was all good. There was no technology change on that one. There was no adaptation. So I don't know, but I don't think TI-84s even did the advertisements. We just knew about them because we were at school. Never mind, don't help.
Yeah, schools had a contract. They're like, yeah, you got to go buy this one. But it's like $100. I don't care.
Yeah.
You got to get it. Whatever.
Yeah. Need to get that 84. What was they had a special one too? It was like an 84X or 84S or something like that.
The Plus.
Yeah, 84 Plus. There it was. Yeah.
Great times.
Yeah, it was weird times. I made a baseball game on my T-84.
I remember downloading a drug dealer game.
Only in Virginia Beach.
mean, Pusha T made it out. Clips made it out.
Yep.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So, all right. So, well, I'll bring C-Dye, actually. I remember him telling me about one of his local clubs was doing the Caveman series. And I brought that up before in one of our previous episodes, to where you're like, okay, Pat remembers it. Hell yeah. So like the idea of like, let's just cater to bare bones, strip it down. It's just more welcoming because it's not complex.
Yep.
Show up, couple rods, no electronics, take your photos, right? Like you got to have that. But other than that, just go out there, wing it, see how it works. I saw a thing somewhat related. I saw a thing on social media. I think it was yesterday, where there was like, I don't remember where it was, but and Greg Blanchard has done some of this stuff, where it's like a topwater frog only tournament. So you get two rods.
UFC. Yep.
You got to have just frogs. They're going to check your live well. They're going to check your stuff. And apparently by the time, like, they're going to polygraph everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? And I get it, because you're thinking like that seems excessive, but then you remember money's on the line. So it's not excessive anymore. It seems almost mandatory. So it's like, oh my God, dude, man, like you have all these different kind of like mentalities. We understand people, like, if there's a loophole to be exploited or found, somebody is going to find it
easily
and they're going to exploit it. And this is a universal, it's just the rebellious nature of humans. They're going to do it. It doesn't matter. You can try, the more restrictions you put, the more motivated they are. That's why like incarceration doesn't work. Like you punish people, they're only going to want to out and just not get caught better next time, right?
Yep.
So that whole thing, this idea, especially with technology and all the things that are trying to reduce the luck factor and put the odds in your favor, which is really what it is.
Yep.
I mean, think about just like, a casino. If there was one slot machine that the odds were just like incrementally higher in your favor than every other one, then that would be the only one everybody wants to use.
Facts.
So we're in this big jungle of everybody telling you that their gear, their lure, their line, their rod, their deodorant is going to help you catch more fish more consistently at means, that gets your attention. Whether or not it's true doesn't matter, but the fact that it might be true.
Yep.
And this technology might make you better. I could see that kind of like inkling sensation in the back of somebody's mind pushing them to this idea of, I don't want to use that technology, so I'm going to go to this tournament trail that doesn't do it. So it's more so like, I mean, that's the reason, but I think it's more of a reflection of the individual being outside of their comfort zone. And obviously that'll steer some people away, but it's not going to steer everybody away. So it's just like, it's a filter. So a lot of these things that are luck driven or are told to be luck reducing or increasing, whatever way you want to call it, it filters out a certain mentality of people. And whether or not they're more competitive, or they don't really care, or that's not what their focus, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter what the motivation is per se.
Yep.
But it adds just an extra element, another layer to this entire equation that can burn people out, frustrate people, or otherwise just kind of make them bitter, right? About the whole thing.
It definitely puts like a sour side to the process. I agree.
Unfortunately, but oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's just a damn fish.
Yeah, but at the same time, and going back to the marketing side, it's somebody's figured a way to exploit the process of catching a fish financially. So that's why the narrator on tomorrow's on tomorrow's broadcast stuff. Tomorrow's broadcast of Bassmaster, the narrator is going to probably say game changer and something that you most likely will need to be better than you were yesterday when you went out fishing, because we definitely know that one item is definitely going to do it.
I don't know. We'll never escape it, right? So that's
Nope.
kind of like the terminal condition that we all have to deal with. It's just not. It's just not going to be. It's not going anywhere.
Nope.
It's not. Um, and for folks that are just getting into or trying to get into the hobby, the sport, whatever you want to call it, I think you can tell a lot about people by if they refer to it as a hobby or a sport.
Yeah.
Because it says a lot.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I had somebody cyberbully me on Instagram because I put my fishing page, I labeled myself as an athlete. And this was a long time ago. They sent me direct messages basically saying that's not true. Fishing's easy. You don't even compete.
Shit.
And it's like, what? I don't know this person. I thought it was somebody that knew me that was being a dickhead. It was just some random ass dude.
Yo, he had the time that day to just say, yeah, I'm going to go fuck with this dude.
Like, what the hell? How fragile. Like, you should be in my chat box like everybody else that wants to cyberbully me. But the point being is, like, you don't. Why are we, what are we doing? It just, I don't know. So, I mean, I guess it just depends, right? If you don't really know what you're doing, luck exists and you can still have fun.
Yep. You can still go out there and catch your personal best on pure luck and hope.
Yeah. You could just fucking get lucky.
Yep.
I mean, given the amount of people that, like, every day, if not every weekend that go out, there's probably like a kid that just happens to have a rod in his garage, and one day it's him and his buddies are like, let's go down to that pond down the street, and they're catching, like, fish that you and I would probably, like, piss ourselves, weighing in, and you know what I mean, like, be like, oh well, me, but, like, be like, oh shit, like, life changing, like, scrapbook material. I'm on Pinterest showing shit, you know what I mean, like that level of excitement. And they're just like, all right, well, let's go home and fucking eat hot dogs. You know what I mean? It just becomes that whole, that very interesting dynamic.
Mm-hmm. Pat, he lives around the corner from the man who made those songs.
So, I don't know. I think it's one of those deals, like, you just, like, when the luck factor is at all considered to be a vital factor, do you just let Jesus take the wheel? I mean, do you let KVD take the wheel, or do you actually, like, do you go home and say, shit, I need better line, I need better lures, I need all this kind of stuff, because without that, I'm just going to keep striking out? Well, from a marketing perspective, that's a great idea.
Right, yep.
But from a realistic perspective, seems kind of problematic.
Damn, now that you said that, it has me thinking, do we see Jesus as a luck, like, enhancement? Jesus take the wheel, or when everybody's going out to ask for stuff, like, yeah, hey G-Man, could you come over here, help me catch it? Like, are we asking for the luck? Does that mean the religion is luck?
I definitely haven't been awake long enough to handle that.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, right? There's the answer.
Man, that's
next week.
That's a deep thought process.
I mean,
treating Lord and Savior like a slot machine, my boy.
Or, like, everybody, like, there's a saying, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So, does every bite happen for a reason? Does every catch? Does every tournament win? For a reason? I mean, yes, I think so. But was it going to happen regardless? Or did your ass just get lucky?
I Religion be look like a blessing, not luck. Yo, facts. I can see how it can be screwed. Like, you can work both sides of that mirror. I like it.
So, yeah, I don't know. So when somebody's coming down the walkway, and you're out, and they walk past you, and they have to say something because otherwise it's awkward, and they say, "Having any luck?" or "Any luck today?" How do we respond to that?
Well, based off what you said, fuck off.
Hell yeah! All right.
Yeah.
I caught some of these.
Oh no! Catch him on the response on these nuts.
No, I tell them if you want to see me catch them, search up D Money on Twitch.
Oh shit!
Don't worry, that's me.
Don't worry, that's me. That's me with a 10. He's like, how are you catching them, Dragon? Dragon what? These nuts are crushed. Hey, yo! Yo! Caught him! And then you just fucking speed off sipping Startron.
Smell you later, stinky.
Yeah, that would be horrible. Horrible. Oh, shit. I can't be a degenerate on the water and off the water. That can't be right. That's funny, though.
No, I'd be walking around with a laminated pamphlets of the local burn centers. So when people talk shit, they know where to go when I'm done talking back to them.
Give them a callback number for support.
They ain't worried about it.
Jesus.
But hey, everybody likes, everybody likes to get lucky. Yep. In any aspect of life, because we know that things can suck. We know you can easily spend a whole night looking at every map you can find and preparing and tying the best knots you've ever tied, and wake up early as shit, feeling good as shit, go out to the water and put on just a classic example of casting practice for hours. In HD high def VR ready 3D.
Ew. Minecraft with RTX on.
Witnesses. I'm talking what is up Roblox today. We're playing YouTube. And
don't say you have witnesses. Because normally when there's a witness, that means you went out with somebody, and most of the time they be catching and you don't. That'd be the worst.
I mean, I don't
That's
know.
What pointless casserole does. Nah, PC be out there catching them. PC, just get that man a jig. PC with a jig catches all fish.
He needs He needs way more line on his spools if he's going to be throwing jigs and dropping on the bottom. But we don't have to worry about that. So I mean, there's there's no way, you can just. Especially, it's one of the reasons I don't like to drive far to go where I'm going, because if I suck, I hate the drive home, because it's like, oh my god.
Yo, you're wild. You're wild. You can't have that energy in you, man.
No, because I'll be at stoplights looking on Facebook Marketplace trying to figure out how much to buy some golf clubs. It's just guaranteed. I'm lowballing everybody just to see if anybody bites.
Yeah, that's crazy. That long ride home of not catching fish, that shit eats you.
I'll be listening to Sarah McLachlan and shit, Arms of the Angel. I'm like, fuck it. I don't even care right now. I'm gonna go drink as much Gatorade because I'm pissing. I might as well piss on myself if I'm gonna piss my time away. You know what I mean?
Yo, facts. It ain't worth it. Stay hydrated while doing it. Damn. The long ride home of just regret.
It's a problem.
What you want, baby?
I'll have a cheeseburger. Oh, you're talking to the okay.
Oh man, I was about to be arrogant. I don't even think I can't remember a long ride home of not catching fish at this point. Damn, that shit hurts though. I know. It's been a minute for me punching the air, it was last year when we went to Lake Murray. Oh man, last year Lake Murray, that shit did it to me. I couldn't catch a damn bass to save my life on a place that there's nothing but bass. I caught my PB striper though, but that's
hell yeah. Point. I mean I'm putting that on Facebook regardless.
That shit was rough. Also saved the man's life.
Oh,
so yeah, I guess so.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that all works.
Well, karma points, man. I'll take that.
Yeah, I thought the karma was gonna be in my favor. The luck did not.
Oh man. Well, so see guys saying like, does that energy help? I don't know because I'm a glutton for punishment, right? So like I don't care. I'm stubborn, right? I'm gonna my because don't get me wrong, because I'm gonna have a shitty work week, and then the whole time, like Sunday night, I'm pissed. Monday night, I'm like, man. Tuesday night, damn, I can't wait to get out. Wednesday night, we're here. Thursday night, I'm like, man, I can't wait to get out in the fucking cycle. So like, what's the definition of insanity?
Oof. Oof.
You know what I mean? So that's why I watch the commercials and I wait for game-changing technology.
Oh no.
Because I don't like the game that I'm playing, so I need to change the game.
Miss, you gonna hike them 7 hours, and you're gonna have some game-changing bait, and you're gonna catch all the fish for your season. Your season's over and gets too hot in Norway. Wait,
dynamite is not illegal unless you get caught.
It's too early for you to be on this stream, Miss. You better go to bed. I'm gonna do the bottle cap. You gonna be like old boy upstream, catching salmon on a bottle cap. Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. You make sure it's the same color. You know what? Go find the old man and just steal his stuff. Easier said than done. Just take his stuff. Say, what you catch them on, he shows it to you. You're like, oh, you have any extras? He shows you like the stash. You take the stash. And then, I don't know about kick him in the nuts. That's assault. I'm just talking about theft.
Game-changing misdemeanors.
Yeah, big. I don't think that's misdemeanor. That's actual crime.
Well, that's Europe, so.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
You're
not wrong.
Different.
Yeah.
They got a lot of extra U's and words and shit. So,
yeah, a little lighter on the sentencing.
Any country that's got universal health care, just go ahead and kick it.
Yeah, just kick him in the nuts. What's the worst that can happen?
These nuts.
These nuts on your foot.
Dang, that was weird. Gotta do the splits.
Oh man. All right. So I don't know. I think in the thought process of luck and I don't like the idea of thinking of it as luck. I always have it probability in high percentages, but I mean at the end of the day, them skin hooks be thinking I'm lucky when you just got them barely. So I had perfect example. Drop shot this last Saturday at the home pond. Literally, I hooked the fish, fight it and everything, get it to the boat. I want to say I boat flipped them. Yeah, I did boat flip them. So grab the hook to inspect it. I kid you not, the barb of the hook's not even passed into this fish. It's just the hook, and it's just lodged onto the top of its mouth. And I'm sitting there ripping, rapping, and fighting this thing and boat flipping it, and this thing's not even technically hooked. It's just holding on with dear life. Will we consider that luck? Can we go back in time and look at that and statistically say that was luck or not? I don't know.
I think that's more like physics.
Yeah, like just tension and the science of the pressure put on that little point holding on to this porous fleshy object. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, no, I mean that's physics to an extent. I mean, okay, so like had the fight lasted longer, now we're putting more. There's the variable nature tends to get things will get a lot muddier a lot quicker, man.
Yeah, you skew it.
That's why a good appreciation of quantum physics, I think, is really not kind of put together into this whole process, right? So, at a molecular level, I feel as though that's just a really good like advertisement for the hook that you were using at that point.
Oh God, don't go back into that marketing. Yeah, it's a game changer.
But somebody could say that, like, man, if I wasn't using the fucking hook, then man, I'd have been pissing myself at the boat ramp or whatever. Like, and the fact that we're in 2025 and hook companies still say like sharp hooks, no shit. Like, If it was like 1925, a fucking sharp hook would be like, hey, I need to keep this one. But if you got dull hooks in the same century as like fucking DoorDash, like what the hell are you doing?
Oh man, could you imagine checking out, asking the cashier, "Hey, are these hooks sharp?"
It's like they've never been to school, so they must be dumb. Get out of here.
Man, they're duller than the point on dull hooks.
That's what it is. So just start crimping down your barbs, man. Just run them barbless. Might as well.
Nah, I ain't trying to run that risk. I'm not that good yet. I need fish for social medias. I can't bing bong fish on if I ain't catching them.
Fucking AI that shit. Actually, so there's a Richard Gene. I think I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again because whatever. There's a Richard Gene, the fishing machine video where he's throwing a whopper plopper, and he catches. So the video isn't about the whopper plopper. He catches a fish, and the fish shakes in his hand while he's trying to lip it and get ready to dehook it. So he gets one of the hooks in his hand, in his like thumb, and so he turns it into like, here's how to like remove a hook. So it turns into like the braid trick type of thing. And he shows everybody how to get a damn hook out of your hand once it's gone past the bar. Which is good. You know, you want to talk about luck, like getting a fucking treble up your hand. That's never fun usually. And so he does that, has the whole video, you know, and it's good. He's got the GoPro, so you can see everything pretty clear, all things considered. And then that's the footage, right? So my dumbass, I didn't use my main account, I used a different account, and I commented on it saying like, you see, this right here is why I always use barbless hooks, so I don't have to worry about it. Then I spaced it down and said, I also haven't successfully landed a fish in 12 years. And I'm going to tell you, the amount of people that took that state, I mean, they don't know me, but the amount of people that took that seriously, and it's the most liked comment on the video. Like, it's got thousands.
Oh no!
Of, like, people like to comment, and there's like 100 responses, and there's people that there's fucking arguments about barbless hooks, and I'm like, holy shit! It just got taken so far because there's nobody lies on the internet, so it's just one of those type of deals.
Just like Buddy said, 7-pound fish do not jump out the water. He's caught so many 7-pounders. 7-pound fish cannot jump out the water. The internet.
It's one of those deals.
Internet.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, barbless hooks.
Don't advertise barbless hooks. You're gonna start a riot just like you did on Uncle Gene's YouTube. I
mean, I felt kind of bad because he's probably reading these things like, why are people arguing about? My bad, dude. I didn't mean
to. Yo, Richard, if you're watching this, our bad. It was a joke. We didn't think the community was going to go in uproar.
I remember one of my favorite comments, and I remember it because it's my favorite. And it was like, I looked at dude's profile. It's like this 13-year-old dude that's in like the middle of the woods somewhere. It's like his words were, "Sucks to be you, buddy boy." And I'm like, nobody's called me buddy boy forever. That's fucking awesome. I appreciate it. Sucks to be you, buddy boy.
You can't be 13 in the woods calling people buddy boy. You got to be 40 at that point.
You better be some boy's buddy if you plan on talking reckless like that.
Oh, wow. Wow, T, you took that personal?
Yes. Cease and desist has been
Yes. He said, he called me buddy boy, and I took that personal.
Oh, yeah.
I took it straight to the lawyer.
See your buddies when you're in court. Say that shit under oath, buddy boy.
Say that shit under oath, buddy boy.
My team put the lit in litigation. Just keep talking.
Oh, they put the lit. Yo, T, you can't be in these comment sections like this.
I'm sorry. I use my powers for good, not evil.
Oh, my Lord.
All right, where's everybody at? What y'all thinking?
Oh yeah, we got a strict time of before 10 o'clock today. Forgot. So
I'm fucking hurting, but it's all worth
it. Thank you, T, for hopping in. I appreciate you in the sacrifices. Oh man. All right, so we'll speed it up for the recap for this weekend. What do you have? What do you got planned for the weekend, T? You trying to hit the water up, or you about to go hit a party up?
Can't we do both?
Yeah, but you can't be going to the party smelling fishy if you on them.
You right. All right. So, first thing I'm gonna do is change some spark plugs.
Yep, that's true. We did just talk about that. Okay.
Apparently, you're supposed to change them like after running every 200 hours at the most, or annually. Apparently.
Okay.
I don't think mine have been changed in 5 years.
So 5 annuals.
So I'm kind of due.
Yeah, it's about time of swappings.
And yeah, so I got a specialized spark plug wrench thing because the spacing that you can get the actual like wrench in is not very adequate.
Okay.
But Amazon came through because Bezos got you, so I got that. And spark plugs are like $4 a piece, so it's not too bad. I just didn't do it, so oh well. And spark plugs on the yellowfin, so I'm just like, what is this? Hey, and I tested the ones that were on there, and they worked because shocked the shit out of my hand. Oh my god! Did y'all know that thing sucks?
Yeah, man.
If you just got a hand, oh lord, I don't recommend that.
They're made for igniting. You don't want to be near those.
Brother, I was ignited. Hell yeah. So if you're ever like a coffee person where you got to drink something in the morning to get going and you don't have it, you got a spark plug in current, brother. You gotta substitute. I tell you, because I was gonna win.
That's teasing.
Oh lord, it was a problem. So if I can get the motor running, I need to get out because we're supposed to get a lot of rain here. You're probably going to get some there too if you haven't already. There's that system that's swirling off the coast and it's throwing a bunch of rain all up the mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, we caught some of it today, and there's supposed to be a heat wave from Tejas moving this way too.
Fuck that, send it back. So as long as we got the rain, all my spots will fill back up. So if I'm getting out this weekend, I'm trying to figure out if I want to go size or numbers. Realistically, I don't give a shit. Whatever bites is great, but I'm trying to figure out what to pack. And I had a dude, I don't know if y'all saw it, but not this past weekend, but the weekend prior, I went to one of my spots that I have a very, very troubled history at, which is most of them, but this one in particular, I've had a lot of very problematic history. As I was leaving, like my shit was packed on the car and everything, and I had the phone already on the dash so I could karaoke all the way home. This dude that had pulled up, and he had like a new canoe rig in his back, the back of his truck, but he was just casting from the shore just to kind of to see what was going on. He stops right in front of my car, is blocking another car from leaving, and does the whole like, how'd you do out there, man? Is there any fish out there? I'm like, well, there usually is, but I couldn't, got a couple dinks.
Oh.
And it's the second I'm done saying what I said, I answer the question, right? He's like, oh man, well, I've been killing them. I've been over here. I've been throwing this. I got a 6-pounder and a 7-pounder yesterday. I was doing that. Fuck, I caught one out, shit, and I was throwing the damn black. You got a black and blue jig? I'm like, yeah, I got one. He's like, man, I love the Guggen black and blue jig, right? Because it stands up when it stops. It don't lay down. It stands up. I'll put a bandito bug on the back. A lot of people don't. I'm like, who fucking asked?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just said that I didn't do well, and dude's coming in here dropping fucking brand names, and I got this, and this kayak's too big, so I got to go home and get my other kayak because I'm going to go out to this lake. I'm like, oh shit. No. Brother, why?
Took that personal. He's like, sir, I don't need your shit. Just go. I'm already having a bad day. He said, I ain't catch him. Well, let me tell you, yesterday, let me put some salt on this wound real quick, brother.
You might as well just call me a shithead and kept it moving, because that's what it like. I'm dehydrated. I'm tired. I'm fucking malnourished. I got sciatica, and I'm just trying to get into fucking car, and the dude is just on top of shit, just talking about, man, if you don't throw it up at like Stumpy Lake, you know I got a history with Stumpy and the homie Smirky. It's like, well, if you got a Stumpy, you got to hit the trees. If you're not hitting the trees, they're not going to bite it because the fish look at the trees. If you throw it behind the fish, they're not going to see it. So you got to hit the tree. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm going to hit you. Get out of my fucking way, baby. God damn, I ain't got time for this shit.
Well, I load this kayak up. Get out of my way.
We're best friends now, so I'm gonna go ahead and see if he can't come out with me next weekend.
All right, throw that bandito bug.
We're gonna put some bandito bugs on some trees, dog. Because if they don't throw it on the tree, they're looking this way. So if you're not gonna catch them, and I caught an 8-pounder when I was scratching my asshole. It's like, god damn, don't. So I'm thinking we're just gonna go ahead. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Apparently, I'm gonna use a black and blue jig and hit some trees.
You gotta hit some trees with black and blue jigs, man. That's awesome. At least you got a buddy now, and he'll tell you how to catch them. If I don't know. The people who tell me how to catch them and then they don't catch them, they look like liars to me.
Man, well, I was gonna plug the channel, right? Because I got my YouTube sticker on the kayak, and I got a QR code on the back of my phone to where if you scan it, it goes right to my YouTube page.
Oh, fire!
So I was gonna be like, hey man, if you watch YouTube, check out the page. And then I was like, no, this dude's going to be fucking ignorant as hell in my comments talking about, man, fuck that little shit. And it'll be like a trip for like 3 years ago. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Just start running through my shit talking mad hell. And
he's starting at 5 years and working his way up. The content is getting commented.
No, because he's going to talk shit about it. And then the next video, he'll be like, hey, man, where's that place at? Drop the pin. What's
Drop
the GPS
pin.
coordinate?
Where you at? I know this place. And then put a full name down there with GPS coordinate. Man, that looks like beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I've been there like 12 times and right off the highway over there on beep. It's full Dawson.
No. So you getting out this weekend, I'm assuming, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to hear back from TB. If he's in the area, we'll probably hit up the normal spots and probably put him on a kayak. So that'll be fun. And see if the fish is fishing. But other than that, no, I'm probably going to just chill out this weekend. Yeah, probably chill out if nothing else happens.
Well, you got to get some big mamas if you got TB.
Yeah, if TB's here, we got to go find big mamas. Or in his terms, we got to go find some carp. Because now he's a certified carp professional angler. No more pike for that, man. He can't catch pike. He can only catch carp.
Let him catch a chain pickerel straight from the mid-Atlantic. He might change his mind.
Oh, man. He's going to be mad if he catch a chain pickerel. He'll be like, well, it's a baby pike. I don't like this. Throw it back.
Well, he better watch out immigration. His paperwork better be good.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. He's
going to come out here hooting and hollering with a bunch of chain pickerel, man. They might be calling people on his ass.
Yep. Yeah, it's new America. You got to watch yourself when you're not from here.
Right, he'll be calling Mike Tomlin trying to get some immunity going.
I'm a German Steeler fan. I need help, Mike Tomlin.
He probably do it too.
Mike, like, yeah, fuck with that guy. I'm gonna help him.
It's a little charity work. Might as well.
That'll be fun. All right. So we got our weekend plans out. Hopefully, mine's changed and I can actually go fishing if there is. If there is fishing to be had, it depends on the weather too. I hope we're gonna need some luck for the weather to get me out there.
Yeah, so we're entering mid-Atlantic. All you like Midwest folks, y'all don't know how so we're fully in hurricane season right now.
Yep.
Right?
Starting up.
And from like August, see you later, C-Dye. Appreciate you.
Later, C-Dye.
August and basically through October, right? Something could spin up and head toward the coast. Now, generally speaking, there's the obvious ramifications that come along with that. But I'm assuming some of the fish down there are pretty similar. But when the hurricanes, we know so much about how like barometric pressure and fronts and the stuff that goes on with those will impact fish behavior. That's not luck. That's a thing that we're pretty certain of.
They gotta go out and get their milk and bread.
Yeah, so while people are like scalping generators in the parking lot at the Home Depot, um, it's a really good time if safely, right? That's always the key. Um, it can create some very interesting conditions, very rapidly shifting conditions. Um, there's two types of people around here that go out when the weather gets real funky. That's people that surf
Yep.
and people that fish.
Yep.
And some people surf fish. Hey, but it becomes you can definitely tell, like, you'll see like the boat ramps around here. It's very interesting because I've done it. Like, you got the dudes with like the BS up fucking boats and shit, and they're like, no, I don't give a damn how bad the wind is. You got two anchors and shit. I'm like, my man, he's going to go out. He's either going to hate life or he's going to be catching some best stringers of his life, and there's no in between. So that's something that's also happening.
He's going to catch fish or die trying.
Yeah, I mean, that's hell no. It's one of those type of deals. I mean, obviously, if it's lightning, if it's an active thunderstorm, don't. But just like those waves of rain that come in and just swish shit around.
Yeah.
If you can get out, there's some good stuff to be had.
You want to be on the water.
I'm going to keep an eye on that, but that'll be interesting if that ends up becoming a thing anytime in the next couple months. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I don't think the wife's going to let me get out. I've already had a spill this year.
I mean, but see, you recovered from it. So it's kind of like
it never happened, technically. I'm still here.
It's like I got it out of my system. So I already know I don't want to do that. So now I can just not do that.
I got it out of my system. Yeah, definitely.
We'll
see. I do hope to get out on some pretty inclement weather. See if I can catch something big. Hopefully during the tournament. Well, yeah. I do have an online tournament starting on the 17th. I'm going to try again at the Brian Latimer thing. Put in for a second month. I don't think I'll do the last month, but I'll do the next one.
What you tell them? We're about these straight up fishing.
Straight up fashion.
Until you get that one dude, John, in the leaderboard that's got 2,000 inches worth of fish. Oh, shit. What is he doing? What is he weighing? He's got a damn, beluga whale. Why is he measuring this?
Segmented board, cheating.
Problem.
Can't be having that. I hope people just enjoy fishing or doing free online tournaments without cheating. I just hope. Because if they don't, I'm start snitching.
I'm blowing up every spot on FishBrain, and I don't care.
Please.
I'm just blowing them up.
Don't go on a FishBrain spill. Don't do that. Don't be dossing the FishBrain people.
They're already scraping the bottom of the barrel, and I'm gonna be right there with them with the biggest shovel that you can find.
That app was a gift and a curse for casual anglers. Gift and a curse.
There's nothing casual going on FishBrain.
Not anymore.
Shit.
Well, you guys got any questions? It's 9:40. We got about till 10. So if you guys got any questions, concerns, or topics for next week, let us know. No StarTron related items, please.
Damn.
Yep. Yeah, I had to kill that real quick.
Not really, because when you use StarTron, your motor is doing anything but dying. Unless you're my motor, in which case, 5-year-old spark plugs.
Those spark plugs, StarTron does not like your spark plugs.
I don't either. That shit hurt.
It sounds like a Decepticon. StarTron would be a Decepticon if it was right next to Starscream.
Here's a trivia question while we're waiting for the comments to not flood in. Do you know what the difference between a North American market spinnerbait is and a JDM spinnerbait?
The wire?
How so?
I don't know all the parts that make a spinnerbait, but the hardware is different on the wire, or the wire is less hardware on it. Like less little clacking things and little swivel stuffs. What is it? I don't know.
I'll show you. First, North American market spinnerbait. Pretty standard looking situate. This is one of my homemade ones.
Yep.
Standard A-frame, safety pin frame, whatever you want to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The difference between that and a JDM one is that angle right there. See that?
Okay.
So for some reason, and I don't know why, the JDM folks will take that upper arm and they'll put another bend in it.
Okay.
And then it goes back. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I've seen it.
Why do they do that? Do we know why? Is there a reason?
I mean, no, I don't know. Maybe they found engineering wise it probably does better as a weed guard.
Because it's subtle, right?
Yep.
It's very, very subtle. It's just one more bend. And they love it. They love it. I don't know why. Is it game changing?
Oh no, T. Please don't.
Look me in my eyes and tell me it's game changing.
Yeah, it's not game changing, T. It's just
Okay.
an extra bend.
So I'm trying to study. I'm trying to study.
Can the
this,
hardware can the hardware slide down that bend?
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. Like maybe they're using it as some type of stopping mechanism to slow down the fall of that thing.
The only thing I can think of, well, at least at this level of being tired, is the fact that, like, think of like an inline spinner. It's more of because, like, if that angle's not there, it's spinning against water at a different angle than if you bend it. It's more. It swivels wider. At least the kicker blade swivels wider. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because it'll have more resistance because it's like forward facing instead of just upright and
Yeah, it's not getting pushed as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, like pushed down. It's more like getting pushed from the front, which grabs that scoop of the blade, right? That's what makes it spin. But that's what they do. They put a bend on that sumbitch, and it adds a different angle. So I'm investigating this. I've got some of my best algorithms on the scene trying to figure out what's going on. So we're going to investigate that at
Ask
some
Chat
point.
GPT. Maybe it has the answer.
Who?
Chat GPT.
Maybe. But we're going to see if there's some kind of variance that does something. I'm not sure why or how it works, but they might know something we don't, or they're just really good at marketing.
Yep. It's just that one bend to separate the JDM versus the American domestic market, the ADM.
It is what it is. It's like the 80th anniversary of Hiroshima or something today, so I feel like the timing's not good, and I apologize.
Today is that, and you definitely brought that one up. That's awkward.
I feel like it could be an explosive revelation when I find out why they do that. That wasn't in good taste.
Yeah, we're done.
Maybe that design is the bomb.
Oh, you tripled down on that one, bro. Tripled down.
I do have. Hold on, I'll show you my shirt.
What's up, Laserbeam? Nirvana, Teen Spirit.
But if it's subtle, y'all can tell though, right? Who is that? Yes, LB got it. I knew he was going to know.
That's funny. Is that really Hanson?
Yes.
The doobop, doobie wops.
I don't know who that was, but Bop is what you might be thinking.
Yeah. Bop, dop, doo wop.
Which is actually a song about having an existential crisis, believe it or not.
Oof.
Everybody was dancing, but meanwhile, they're just like, well, any fucking day you're gone, so you might as well bop your shit. So, yeah.
You. I go back and listen to that track.
Hold on, LB's here. LB, I got a question for you. I just posed it to the audience.
Uh-oh. That's right. He is.
We were comparing North American market spinnerbait, straight wire. JDM market spinnerbait, they put an extra angle in it, as demonstrated here. Do we know why they do that? Or maybe we're not supposed to know why they do that.
Thanks, Waves. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Waves. For vibration.
So it could be a thought process like you had. Hits that water different. Hit that water different. What's up, Hawk?
So it's like Marky Mark trying to pick up good vibrations.
Good vibrations.
I've gone to their website, but it's in Japanese.
Better hit that Google Translate.
That shit's not right.
In the top right, it tells you everything, but you already know you're going to get marketing jargon. Big vibration. Big fish.
Yeah, the theory I had is that like that blade, the kicker blade, spins wider because it's not being pushed as much. It's turbulent that way instead of being pushed like up and back. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm really tired, but you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah. See, LB knows. LB knows. I'm telling you, he taught me everything I know and then some, man. So it's weird how they do that, man. A lot of the JDM folks, they be putting some angles on them. I'm just saying. My man's busted out a protractor and it's like, why don't we just do this? And they're like, hell,
beep,
try
boop,
it.
Beep. Put the angle on it. That could be it. Well, we are in our last 10 minutes. I mean, I'll pretty much call it here. Thank you all so much for coming out, hanging out with me and T for episode 13. T, we got 13 in the book, man. That's wild.
Unlucky 13. We talked about luck.
I don't think it's unlucky.
Well, no, but we gotta get a guest on. I asked Mike, and he's interested. We gotta plan it a little bit better.
Okie doke.
He's a busy guy, so we'll figure something out.
Thank you, Missy.
But yes, everybody that hung out tonight, or those that are just coming in that thought they were coming in at the right time, you kind of did. You just got to rewind.
Be kind and rewind.
And we'll try. So by the time, if all goes to plan, the 20th.
Yep, 2-0.
Is 2 weeks
yes,
from
sir.
today. If anybody wants to suggest a topic real quick, feel free. Otherwise, I'm tired of coming up with stuff, so you got to come up with something if they don't.
Okay, I'm on it. Well, then we got till the 20th. If you guys have any ideas for the show or any questions, hop into the Discord, let us know, and continue throwing up your fish picks. Greatly appreciate y'all.
Throwing up your... Oh, yes.
Yep.
Post your pick. Yes, post your picks.
Yep, post your fish picks. All right, y'all.
Unsolicited fish picks.
I was about to say something inappropriate. Y'all have a good night. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't either. Later, everybody.